Hey, yo, Adrian. Video today is on 6 months into Clomid and Proviron, and as you can probably tell by the title of the video, it's all kind of gone to shit, and I have a decision to make on what I do next, whether I change to TRT or what I do next. Now I'll explain what I've done towards the end of the video. So how did it all go to shit? So around, I'd say 3 or 4 months into Clomid, Proviron, and my thyroid medication, I felt good. I felt really good. Energy levels were fantastic. Sleep was really good. Motivation was great. Was training well. I was hitting PBs on overhead press, which I hadn't got close to for years, since I was since before, ages ago, years ago. And yeah, everything felt brilliant. 4 months to 5 months, it just all went terribly wrong. Part of me thought at first like it was because we'd gone into lockdown and I was just being a miserable tosser, but then the blood work proved that it was actually my body just starting to reject the Clomid, and yeah, it wasn't good. I was thinking before the video the best way I could explain how I felt when the Clomid started to go to shit, and the best way I could explain it really is it felt like I was on my period. Be the easiest way to explain it. It felt like I was on my period. It felt like I was a girl with too many hormones. 1 minute I'd be fine, the next minute I'd be furious for no reason. Then I'd feel emotional, which is not normal either. I was ridiculously tired most of the time, most days. I did start to get a few squiggly lines and blurred vision as well. I watched a film one day, and it was a good film, but I got emotional at the end. I didn't cry, but I felt like it. And that, for me, I was like, that has never happened before. This is bullshit. What is going on with me? There's definitely something not right here. So, yeah. Then I was getting angry dreams too, where I was arguing with people. I was waking up furious. My exercise just plateaued completely. Couldn't put strength on anymore, and I started to get a bit fat as well, to be honest. Worst of all, out of everything, the worst thing that happened was my libido went to shit. Didn't feel like masturbating, gotta be honest with you. And then when I did, it was kind of giving up on me, to be honest. The old ding-a-ling was not it was not working at 100%. And even when it was, sometimes I couldn't finish. Like, I'd just be there forever and it just would never finish. And it was infuriating not being able to just ow. So that was not a good time. So I went and got blood work done, and this is what happened. So you can see that my red blood cells count was a little bit high. My hemoglobin, my hematocrit, it's kind of to be expected, to be honest, when you take in something that's going to boost your testosterone. So that wasn't too worrying. The rest is all kind of in the good zone. All my biochemistry stuff is in the good zone too. My creatinine is a little high, but that's to be expected when you're on a high protein diet. It's not something to be worried about either. Liver function's all okay. Skip past the date of birth bit. HDL slightly low. Not massively low, but I am going to keep an eye on that and make sure it doesn't keep slipping lower. I have heard that on TRT that can start to slip lower, so maybe Clomid will be the same. Now onto the hormones. LH and FSH has gone right up, which was to be expected really on Clomid. My estrogen higher than what we'd want, and testosterone obviously fantastic. But yeah, with the estrogen, I think that's why I was starting to get fat in areas, but I was also getting really awkward, itchy nipples, and it wasn't good. I was getting almost like gyno around that area. I could feel it was getting fat. I was getting little titties.
And nipples are very sensitive.
So not good either. It's another really bad symptom that I was getting. Cortisol in this test was through the roof. Progesterone is also high. Symptoms of high progesterone are similar to symptoms of having high estrogen. So not great. Obviously, with my testosterone levels rising so much since before the Clomid, estrogen is going to rise as well, but it's still higher than what we'd want it to be compared to my test level. Thyroid at this point had gone hyperactive as well. It's probably a reason why I was feeling exhausted and not great. And that can also affect libido too. So that's also something that had kind of gone funny. No idea why that suddenly flew up. Again, I think it's to do with Clomid and it affecting the endocrine system. Obviously, it all works together. So I think it just threw a spanner in the works completely, to be honest. Vitamin B12's dead high because I have multivitamin and loads of protein. Pardon me. Not too worried about that though, to be honest. I'll just show you what that looks like compared to the blood work in the middle. Just bear in mind here that my prolactin isn't higher than what it's supposed to be, but it's kind of higher than in the middle of this range. Because after I had this blood work done, my doctor wanted me to then get another follow-up blood test just to make sure that we didn't rush into anything. And my prolactin spikes really high. So I'll show you that in a moment. So around the middle course, that 4-month mark when I felt good, this was how my blood looked. Bloods were all quite similar. But you can see that testosterone compared to estrogen here is 40 compared to 213. Whereas here we are 35 compared to 239. So my estrogen had gone up and my testosterone had gone down. So more estrogen dominant than what it was. Cortisol was okay in this middle period where I felt great. And my thyroid was also okay in this middle period where I felt great as well. So yeah, at this period I felt amazing. My lifts were going up and it was great. But yeah, month or two go by and it all goes to plops, unfortunately. You can see here that the prolactin, see, it's meant to be between 86 and 324. It's 603.
Vegeta, what does the scouter say about his power level? It's over 9,000! What, 9,000? There's no way that can be right! Cut it!
It's gone through the fucking roof, and just Google what the side effects of hyperprolactinemia are. I'll Google it now. Symptoms. So, there you go. Nipple discharge I didn't have, thank fucking God. I don't want a leaky nip action. But I did have very itchy nipples. And I couldn't wear kind of like that material that you go jogging in. Couldn't wear that. It was very itchy. Low sex drive, erectile dysfunction, decrease in body hair I didn't notice. But yeah, those are the symptoms. My energy levels were obviously shit as well, how I mentioned before. So now I'll just walk you through how my physique changed during the Clomid and Proviron. Bear in mind the picture on the right-hand side is peak when I felt it at best, basically, just before gyms shut, lockdown in England. The only problem with the pictures is it was daytime, as you can see under the door there, bit of light coming in, and then it's actually in the evening. In the second picture, that's my fault. I didn't mean to cheat and give myself better downlighting, but it is slightly better, as you can tell. But yeah, on the left-hand side, I am 73 to 75 kilograms. And on the right-hand side, I am 82 to 83 kilograms. So I've put on 8 to 10 kilo. No, I don't think all of it was muscle. I don't think most of it was muscle, to be honest. I feel like maybe 1 to 2 kilo of that will be muscle. You can see that my body fat's gone up probably by about 5%. Water retention have gone up quite a lot. But you can see, though, that the shoulders have gotten more developed. My forearms, my arms are bigger in general. Around my neck, I have such a giraffe neck, such a long neck. So that was nice to see my neck getting a little thicker. My legs had gone slightly bigger, but it's hard to tell in the picture. But my pants were feeling tighter, so I could tell. Chest grew a bit. I didn't really train much chest before. I started training it more recently. Very lazy with chest. Don't know why, I just am. But yeah, all in all, I was putting on quite a bit of weight. And as I said earlier, I was getting stronger too. Got this picture as well. Again, you can see around the chest. You can see my ribs almost in that one. There's a bit more meat there. It's still not a lot, but yeah. It's hard to tell because of it's a shit mirror, but see that my forearm has grown massively. Look at this creepy mirror. I don't know why we have this in the house. But yeah, my forearm's grown. So that's nice. I was happy with that. So yeah, moving on. What am I going to do next? So obviously the Clomid's gone to shit. It's not working. Spoke to the doctor. He thinks the thyroid medication's fine. It is just because of the Clomid. And he has also said that, he's recommended TRT, but he's also said that with TRT, it's quite likely that it will sort the thyroid out itself because he normally sees that it brings the thyroid down anyway. So, yeah, so about a week ago, I swapped over to TRT, to injectable testosterone. I've been having 80 milligrams of testosterone cyprinate every 4 days. It's a week today, so how's it going? It's only a week, so I don't expect miracles, but straight away, about 3-4 days after stopping the Clomid, mood just improved so much. So much less moody, which is fantastic. No more period. The other thing that was happening was like hot flushes as well. It was all just, yeah. Nipples are slightly less itchy, but they still are a little bit, especially after training when I'm sweating a bit. Libido, still not great, but it's improving, which is obviously a big plus. Sleep is so much better. I could barely sleep before. I still struggle to get sleep, but when I do conk out, that's it. I'm basically asleep until my alarm goes off in the morning, which is fantastic. Today I trained. It's when I train shoulders at the moment, I can't do standing overhead press because my ceiling's too low down in my conservatory. So I have to sit on this little footstool. I have to kind of clean it up, sit down. There's no back support, and then press from there. It's very awkward. But today I did 10 kilo heavier, still for 8 reps like I was doing before. It's only a week into TRT. That's pretty impressive. 10 kilo heavier than the entire of lockdown and the last lockdown too. So I was quite impressed with that, to be honest. It basically felt like the same weight, even though it was 10 kilo heavier. So yeah, that was nice. Energy levels feel much better already. I think the Clomid was just really making me moody. So that's nice. Still feel a little tired when I wake up in the morning, but again, it's something that's just slowly improving. I think the one thing that's helped quite quickly, which I didn't mention as well so far, is my doctor also... Did my voice just crack? The other thing that he recommended was, how do you say it now? Carbergoline. It's to lower my prolactin levels. So I'm only on it for about 4 weeks. It's just to bring my prolactin levels back down so I don't have to feel like shit for another 4 weeks, basically, whilst my body's trying to sort itself out. So yeah, that's probably the thing that has improved my energy levels so quickly, rather than just the TRT. But yeah, week in, feeling better. Still not as good as I felt at this point on the right hand side, but definitely way better than I felt a week ago. And I am noticing that I'm starting to get a bit fuller again in my muscles, and sleep's improving, and brain fog is so much better again. There was a point during this where I felt like I needed subtitles to watch a film. I just could not focus. Brain fog was awful. So that's fantastic to be getting that back. Yeah, that's my update. 6 months into Clomid Proviron. Dumped it off onto TRT, and I'll let you know how it's going in probably the 6-week mark when I get my next blood test. So stay tuned. Subscribe, like, comment if you've got any questions, share it with your friends. Hopefully we can help some people out that need help. Obviously, I'm not a doctor. I'm not recommending you do TRT, no way. But it's just documenting my journey, and you can see how it's helped me maybe, and maybe make a decision yourself. It's always something that I would say is last resort. You should obviously try and exercise correctly and eat properly and sleep properly first, which I was already doing because I'm a personal trainer. I know what I'm doing in the gym. I still felt like shit, so that's why I took this step. Yeah, speak to you soon. Bye.